If it's okay, this is a big session, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on session 12. Session 12, we're going to be looking at intentional planning and embedded learning opportunities, which are two really big things that we're going to cover, but they're really, really super important. Just a quick reminder, everything that we're going to be talking about today, especially when it comes to embedded learning opportunities, all of these strategies and practices are all evidence-based. These all come from research. So we want to be keeping in mind implementing these to fidelity and that we implement them because they're research-based. So we thanked our funders this morning, but another kudos to them. Thank you very much. Again, you'll find in your PowerPoint the agenda for session 12. Much like the other ones, we're going to do some activities, and we're actually going to watch several videos. And I know it can be tough. You guys have been sitting for a while, so if you need to stand up in the room, in the back of the room during those videos, that's completely fine. A few of the learning objectives from session 12. We're going to learn about the steps and procedures of implementing embedded instruction. The what, the when, the how. We're going to learn various methods for teaching children new skills. We're going to learn that embedded instruction occurs through daily routines and across many different environments, inside the classroom and without. And we're also going to talk about some data collection tools. So a few logistics. If everyone's still feeling okay with our ground rules, they're still up on the wall right there. Again, I empower you. If you have one you want to add, feel free to go up there and put it up there. Parking lot is still here. Feel free to fill it up if you need to. And then there are a few handouts that I'd like to highlight before we get started. Like we did in the other sessions, I just want to make sure everyone knows where they are and knows what they're about. So what you guys are probably looking at is your PowerPoint. But once you get past the PowerPoint, you are going to start to see your handouts. The first handout that you'll see is actually an activity matrix, and that's something that we're going to do an activity working with our vignettes in just a little while. We're also going to talk a lot about a complete learning trial involving the antecedent, the behavior, and consequences. If that's something you're unfamiliar with, that's okay. We're going to talk about that more later. This handout's great because it talks about the instructional procedures. We also talk about some other resources from Taxi, some incidental instructional teaching strategies, such as time delay. We're going to talk about man model. But if you ever feel like you missed something, there are some great definitions of these strategies inside your handouts. So the next handout that you'll find is an embedded learning opportunity activity at a glance, which is really great. Just like we talked about in past sessions, these are blank handouts that you have at your disposal. If you really like this and you enjoyed using it with your vignette, I welcome you guys to print this out and use it with a child in your classroom if you think it might be helpful. So then it talks some more about tips for teachers in regards to embedded learning opportunities. There's also a teacher's guide that we'll talk more about, and some more tips for teachers. And then it talks a little bit more about some data collection tools and what those forms can look like. So that's just a brief overview of your handouts. Is everyone able to look at those? Everybody found them? Let me know if for some reason you can't. Everyone still knows where the restrooms are, I'm guessing? Okay, great. Let me know if you need help. And then the last logistic that is actually not up on our screen, but is something that I would really love to acknowledge, is that it is Carly's birthday. Carly Nixon over here, wonderful, friend of mine, and we are going to, if it's all right with everybody, sing a little happy birthday and then happy birthday. What's that? No, it's not. Okay. What's that? Carly turns 45 today. No, 16. 16. She's 16 today. Hey, Carly, smile.